Hey there, this is ShariFitness, and I'm with the infamous Brink
hey,
of the Brink Zone. And Will and I were just having a conversation over here. And Will and I are going to talk to you about what is the difference between weight loss and fat loss. When people are looking to lose weight or drop weight or release weight, okay, they're very concerned about the numbers on the scale. And there is a big difference between weight loss and fat loss. It is body fat that you're looking to lose, not so much weight. Weight loss is a completely different thing. So really, when you're looking to get the six-pack abs, you've got to shed body fat in order to have that look, and that requires, obviously, weight training and a good diet. But we're going to explain to you what the difference is between weight loss and fat loss with the expert over here, Will Brink.
A lot of people are conditioned, especially in the mainstream, to focus on weight loss. And the problem with that, of course, is weight can mean anything. Weight can be muscle tissue, it can literally be bone, it can be water. For example, people that go on a low-carb diet can lose 10 pounds in a week, but it was all water, and they don't realize that. If you're overly fixated on weight, you're not going to, you can really just end up being a smaller but flabbier version of yourself. Your actual body fat percentage can be identical. You can lose 30 pounds or 20 pounds and go from 25% body fat to 25% body fat because you've just lost a bunch of muscle mass, you lost some water. So you really have to understand the difference, and that takes a little more fine-tuning. If you just rely on the scale, all you know is weight loss, and that is why the scale really is not your friend. The way to really understand what you're losing, and this is the key point, is to test your body fat. And that takes a little bit of work, but it doesn't take a lot of work. You can buy a pair of $20 AccuMeasures off the internet, and they're quite accurate. I'll give you a quick tip. The scales, they work on something called BIA, and they're not generally very accurate. The body fat scales, don't use them. You want to use something that actually gives you a pretty good measurement. Is say something called an AccuMeasure. There's another brand too of those calipers.
Myotape?
No, that's more of a measurement, but it's the little clip. AccuMeasure is the one I default to, is the one I know best. There's also another.
Right.
There's a few of them. Actually, they're surprisingly accurate. And if you use a number of indicators, such as the mirror, obviously, how your clothes are fitting, and your actual body fat, and maybe the scale as a total picture, that's okay. But if you're relying on the scale to tell you what's going on, and then you can't figure out, well, I lost this weight, but how come I don't really look any better? It's because you probably lost as much muscle mass as you did body fat. And this is nothing new in the fitness industry, but it's starting to become a focus in the more general fitness, general market, where they're starting to actually realize that weight loss could be anything. It could be hair, which in my case is a problem. But you really have to focus on what am I losing, which is your focus obviously should be to lose body fat. And that is not an actual thing that has been really well focused on, because it's easy to sell people stuff, programs and stuff, and just say easy weight loss, fast weight loss, etc., etc. And the day that people come to the realization that it's really about fat loss, one particular tissue you're trying to get rid of, and probably you're trying to preserve muscle mass, because muscle is an important tissue, obviously, for your metabolism, for your functionability as you age, and so on. You need that stuff. So it's not something to be sort of, it's not just a vague thing that you can ignore. Muscle mass is obviously very important to your overall health. So
Absolutely. And the thing is, when people start going to the gym and working out and lifting weights, muscle does add weight. But you've got to remember that muscle is what gives your body the shape that you want. So when you are going into the gym, working out and lifting weights, don't freak out that the scale is going up.
Or not just changing at the rate you think it should change.
Right.
That's why the scale, again, is not your friend. It never will be. And sometimes I've trained people who literally the scale didn't change at all, and yet they had lost 15 to 20 pounds of body fat, and they put on an equal amount of muscle mass. That also takes time. Again, anybody's giving you quick fixes, it's going to happen in weeks or whatever. Again, they're lying to you.
Run the other way.
Yeah, run the other way. But the fact is, you can actually lose almost no weight. You even could gain a little weight. But the reason that some people have a great shaped, whatever it is, butt, whatever that you think is so great, is because they have muscle mass. The butt is a muscle.
Yes.
Legs are a muscle. If somebody has great legs or whatever you think it is, or nice arms, it's not, again, people get wrapped up that they're toned or whatever. Toning is an industry term to sell product. It's not a scientific term. The body doesn't know from toning.
Yeah.
The body knows whether you are losing fat and or gaining muscle. That's what it knows. Toning, firming, is strictly industry term to sell you, products and diets. And
essentially, it's lean muscle mass is what we're looking to put
Right.
on, and muscle is metabolic and burns fat. Okay, and that's what you want to remember.
Yeah, and again, even from a functional point of view, muscle is what allows you to carry your kids. That's what allows you to carry your groceries. That allows you to go upstairs and so on and so on. It's functional stuff in your everyday life that people just, I think, take for granted. But the fact is, it's not just always there. It's actually fairly difficult to keep as we age, and something you really have to be aware of. So and another problem is if people have done the yo-yo thing, they tend to replace muscle with fat over and over and over again. So they actually get fatter and fatter because they lose muscle, then they put on some fat, and they do it again and again and again. And over multiple diet cycles, they've actually lost more muscle, added more fat, and end up just fatter and fatter.
There you go.
Bad.
And that is coming from the expert here, Mr. Will Brink of www.thebrinkzone.com.
He needs to lose some fat himself.
I think you look awesome.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you guys know what to do. Click the like button down here and visit me, Fit Talk News, or come see me on Facebook, ShariFitness on Facebook.
Did you almost say ShariFitness?
Yes, I did.
ShariFitness, people. There you go.
Whoops. Visit Will Brink on his site, www.thebrinkzone.com, and you can find the Brink Zone on Facebook. Until the next time, this is Will and Shari. We'll see ya. Bye.
That one, people will like that.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.